I chose McGovern as a residency program because I loved the exposure. I also loved the high acuity that we experience even as first-year residents. I also really liked how friendly and kind and supportive the faculty members were towards the residents. I just noticed there was like a nice camaraderie between residents and faculty.
It's a very open and comfortable teaching environment and learning environment as well.
Our culture here is to have a positive learning environment, to assess our learners, to figure out what it is that they need across the board.
Everyone understands that you're here to learn and they do whatever they can to support you.
They seem to be very willing to work with the residents and students to improve this program to the best that it could possibly be.
When I think about the culture, I think back to med school, where it was kind of like a family that helped me through med school and raising a son. The atmosphere is just very family friendly.
Houston's a great city. You name it, we have it here in Houston.
Good food, the culture is fantastic.
Not being from the US, you think there's a lot of cowboys and horses, but I think Houston is such a big melting pot.
The thing I like most about Houston is probably the diversity.
Yeah, it's just incredibly diverse. I mean, and anything you want to be able to experience here in Houston, you definitely can.
Just kind of the amount of space and how easy it is to, and affordable it is to actually live here.
The attendings here understand that you're here to learn. The relationship that you build with your attendings or senior fellows or what have you are based on that understanding.
I was really impressed by the people that I'd worked with in both the interventional side and the diagnostic side. So basically when I came here, I chose it for the faculty and I chose it for the way that they treated the residents as well.
One of the strengths that our program has is the diversity of training. We have, Herman with a level 1 trauma center. You have LBJ, which is a county hospital, so you get bread and butter, different pathologies that you normally wouldn't see in the medical center. And then you have MD Anderson, world-class cancer center.
I think that's probably the biggest strength of this program, is to be able to see all aspects and all presentations of a variety of pathologies.
It really gives me a huge breadth on the ways that people can actually practice this type of medicine.
I really like it that we go to MD Anderson, for example, where you have like the newest technology and you see a lot of pathology that you normally wouldn't see.
I really like the fact that it's in the Texas Medical Center. Not a lot of people know this, but Texas Medical Center is actually the largest medical center in the world.
That brings about a lot of different research opportunities in whatever field you may be interested in.
We probably have one of the best training centers for interventional cardiology just because of the wide varieties of pathologies we see, the very, very complex cases that we can do here. The opportunity here particularly is fantastic.
The experience is second to none. The variety of surgical cases for me that I see, the diversity of disease that we see both at our county hospital and here at Memorial Hermann is just incredible and challenging and interesting.
I think you get excellent clinical training, excellent mentorship.
Groundbreaking science, but also we work at a community hospital, so we see pretty much all pathologies and people from all walks of life.
The research here is also phenomenal. We have active labs in all specialties and PhDs as well as MDs, so clinical, translational, and basic science research that really drive our patient care forward.
If you come here, wherever you go, you're going to be well prepared.
There should be a checklist that's in your mind about how you choose a program and how you approach that checklist and what's important and what you prioritize over something else on that checklist varies from individual to individual. And that's kind of how I ended up at my #1 choice to be a UT medical resident here a few years ago.